Shaq goes on the record, says the 2001-2002 Lakers that went 15-1 in the playoffs will easily beat the Golden State Warriors of today. Steph Curry fires back, says he feels that his Warrior team will beat the Shaq team. We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. We in the building one time for the one time we grinding. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon button. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Twitter. Both of the links are in the description. And Steph Curry got the right to feel how Steph Curry do. And so do, Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Shaq believes that his team, was the better than them. So be it. You know what I'm saying? You can't knock it. Man, you supposed to feel cocky and confident, man. You supposed to have swagger. But Curry said, oh, he's dead wrong. Okay? Curry told ESPN with a confident smile prior to Wednesday night's game against the Raptors. Of course, we beat them. We can go back and forth all day. The Lakers won 3 straight NBA titles, 2000-2002. No team has done that since, although the Warriors could match that run this season. O'Neal told USA Today Sports that he doesn't think it would be a contest if the teams met. I think we easily win, O'Neal said. Other people might feel different. The Warriors might feel different, but we had one of the best teams of all time in 2001. We went 15-1 in the playoffs. We would have gone 60-0, but Allen Iverson went off on us and stepped over Ty Lue. That's crazy, bro. That was funny, bro. Iverson did go off, man. And that was ball back then for the most part. Shaq was the most difficult guy to referee, and that was the last time the NBA was great. And now the NBA is becoming great again. Some of the things I don't like going to NBA is obviously all the touch fouls and stuff of that nature. And when you get into debates about in different eras of basketball, I mean, it's totally different, okay? That's why I don't really I take stats for a grain of salt. Today, this is like the softest league, bar none, okay? Softer than even what the NFL has got before I get into the debate. I'm talking about touch fouls, hand checking is out of the game. Been out since the 90s. Jordan was responsible for text, flagrants, and hand checking, and superstar calls. All that came into play with Michael Jordan, okay? I got a video in my Retro Hoop Series playlist, so if you want to learn more about how David Stern and Jordan changed the game and created text and flagrants, and hand checking and touch fouls and superstar calls, check that video out. It's only 2 episodes in Retro Hoop Series. I'll be really kicking that series off in January 2019. Also, my Hood series, Classic or Not. You can check out what we got in those playlists if you are interested. But he started all that, in the 80s. And people say, oh, these one of the athletes. But in the 80s, you can touch people. You know what I'm saying? You can touch guys in the 80s, man. You can hit them. You can hand check them. I remember one point where, a guy put his hand out. He dribbling the ball. And Bill Lambert slapped the shit out of it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no foul call. Today, he'd have been threw out the game. You know what I'm saying? They was fighting on the floor. Shit, the 70s were even tougher than the 80s. I remember when Rudy Tomovich, whatever his name is, from the Houston Rockets, he was the coach there, and he was the coach for the Lakers for a minute. And old boy broke his nose. He got kicked out the league. I forget his name. He punched Rudy Tomjanovich. His blood just went flowing everywhere. So the NBA was a different game. It was harder to get points back then, but they got points. They averaged in the over 100 points a game. The majority of the NBA teams, they were hitting 120, 130 like this season without touch foul calls. You know what I'm saying? They were balling back then, man. They had more fundamentals too. Everybody just wanted 3 and dry. Guys had mid-range games. Big guys posted up, and also take it for a grain of salt. I think Shaq was the last of his kind. He was the last of Mohegan. The big man like that, you know what I'm saying? And that's different when you talking about driving to the rim, like LeBron could just walk to the rim, how Kevin Durant could walk to the rim. You have real rim defenders like Zoe, Ewan, Dukembe, Hakeem Olajuwon, Ralph Sampson before he got injured, Daryl Dawkins. You have real rim protectors, man, for real. So you weren't just getting to the rim and getting and-1 calls. You was getting that defense put on you. And I say that to say this. That the Golden State Warriors had no answer for Shaquille O'Neal. None. I'm not even worried about Kobe. They had no answer for Shaquille O'Neal. No answer. I mean, you legitimately tell me that Draymond Green could check Shaquille O'Neal. Even once say JaVale McGee could check Draymond Green. check Shaquille O'Neal. Kevin Durant can't check Shaquille O'Neal. So you will legitimately be taking threes versus 2 every time. An occasional 3 in the and 1 when Shaq hit his free throws. They had no answer for Shaq. All that pretty and finesse ball they playing, man, Shaq 50 and 20, bro. At least 50 and 20 in that series. Every night. And then when Golden State Warriors threes don't fall, then you got Shaq, you got Kobe doing this thing on the outside. You got Rick Fox D'ing up, or Glenn Rice, whoever you want to talk about, whichever team you want to talk about. Robert Horry shooting his threes, Big Shot Bob. Fisher that year was injured, I believe. It may have been that year he was injured, but he came back for the playoff. Fisher was automatic from 3 because you was getting a double, triple team on Shaq, and people was doubling Kobe driving to the hole. Fisher was getting money. Rick Fox from the corner was getting money. The Warriors struggled with the Houston Rockets last year. Don't forget that. That 01 2002 Laker team, only team that beat them was Allen Iverson. We've seen the Golden State Warriors struggle in the playoffs. And the reason the Lakers could struggle is because Shaq and Kobe didn't like each other for the most part. They had no answer for Shaq. No answer. And Steph Curry don't even be showing up in the finals all the time. So the one that would have to win would be Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant. If Steph Curry showed up in the finals like he did last year, yes, they trouble. But that 01-02 Laker team, man, that's when Shaq was still in some shape too. And today you can play zone. I mean, they will legitimately run out of big men. Jordan Bell can't check him. Damian James, whatever homeboy name is, he can't check him. You want to get JaVale McGee from last year? He can't check him. Draymond Green can't check him. That's a bad matchup for them, man. Bad. Then you got 4 shooters out there. Horry, Fox, Fisher, and Kobe. And you got Kobe scoring. And now you really can't touch Kobe today neither. And then Kobe was defense. Kobe was hitting game winners. People don't remember Kobe hitting game winners over Jason Kidd. Going crazy in Portland. Kobe was a defender. Now, they had their ups and downs at times, but the Lakers were a complacent team. Just like the Golden State Warriors last year. When you win championships back-to-back, you get complacent, man. You think you can turn it on and off as you please. You really do. You think you can turn it on and off as you please, so you get complacent. So it's hard to say when the Warriors are, struggle with the Rockets, or when the Lakers struggle with the Portland. In Portland, that Portland team might have beat Golden State, to be honest. And some of them Sacramento teams could have beat Golden State. That's how talented those teams was. That Portland Trailblazer team that had Jermaine O'Neal deep on the bench, Rasheed Wallace, Bonzi Wells, Ruben Patterson, Damon Stoudemire, Sabonis. Steve Smith, Scottie Pippen. That was adequate competition. You go to the Kings team with Bobby Jackson, Mike Bibby after Jason Williams got traded, Doug Christie, Peja Stojakovic, Hito Turkoglu deep on the bench. He wasn't deep on the bench. He was getting in every now and again. Vlade, Flop King, Chris Webber. You know what I'm saying? Those are generational teams. Okay, the Lakers beat generational teams on their way to the NBA Finals. Kevin Garnett, Latrell Sprewell, Sam Cassell, they probably would have got a ring if it wasn't for Shaq and Kobe. A couple of them Spurs teams wouldn't have got a ring if it wasn't for Shaq and Kobe. They beat generational teams. And in my opinion, I don't think the Houston Rockets were better than any of those teams. In my humble opinion. I don't think any teams they beat on the Western Conference. Maybe that Oklahoma City Thunder team that year. Maybe that team that year with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook made it compete with some of them teams. But I don't know. Maybe some of them Clipper teams they beat, but we know the Clippers' history. The Lakers legitimately beat teams that would have been iconic. Teams that would have won championships. The year Derek Fisher caught and shot that ball with like 1 second left to beat the Spurs, I think that was this same 01-02 season, if I'm not mistaken. That team would have won the NBA championship. Real talk. They rolled to the finals, was tougher than the actual finals. Same thing for Golden State some years. Last year that was the case. Shaq and Kobe, man, they beat some teams that shit I think will get Golden State some run for their money. Fuck the Lakers, teams that they beat, that they had hard series with, would have gave Golden State some run for their money. Especially under the old rules, especially when they played defense. You wasn't making it to the finals unless you played some type of defense. Now, the teams they played in the finals, they was comparable to Cleveland last year. The Pacers team that year, they wasn't no match for the whatever year they played. Wasn't no match for the Lakers. The New Jersey Nets, they played Jersey one year, didn't they? I know the Spurs played them 1 year, but them Jersey Nets, they wasn't that good. Kenyon Martin and Richard Jefferson and Jason Kidd, man. No, that finals they had, the Nets and the Spurs had, was one of the worst finals I ever witnessed. I mean, shit, I ain't lying to you. I'm not sure if they played the Nets in the final, but I know when the Spurs played them, that shit was terrible, man. I was like, oh man, Lucius Harris, whatever old boy name is, that shit was terrible. The shooter they had, man, I can't remember his name. It was Lucius something. You know, the East was man bringing like the Lakers, like, man, this ain't even the finals. I mean, the real finals was the Western Conference Finals, like for Golden State last year. So they read into them bad boys, whatever bad boys, good going to work Pistons. You know, Shaq was trying to post up Ben. Oh no, Big Ben, Alabama strong like Deontay Wilder. You feel me? You know, but they was beefing back then. Though I knew the Pistons was gonna beat them. Pistons were too good that year. They wasn't gonna get there and lose that year. But like some of the teams they beat in the Western Conference Finals them years, Spurs, Timberwolves, Kings, and the Kings and the Trailblazers. Oh, some of them would probably beat Golden State in the 7-game series. Real talk. This is a different NBA. Especially you play under these rules, man. And their rules are different, bro. If you one of them people that don't believe the NBA rules are different, look no further than this year. But Goodfellas Sports TV, appreciate everybody checking in. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and you want to make a donation, that link's in the description as well. We gone.